I'm indifferent.
What?
It's like I'm built different, but it's I'm indifferent.
I'm different.
Or like that 2 Chainz songs.
No, I'm built different.
Yeah,
It's the
I'm
SpongeBob
indifferent.
version that we've been talking about, man.
Okay, sorry. my bad,
Jeez, get
my
with
bad.
SpongeBob rap.
What's the snail's name?
Gary.
Classic.
Yeah,
Gary
ask
the
me
legend.
any SpongeBob or wrestling trivia. I got you.
That's it, though. Don't ask him anything
Don't
else.
ask me to
God
do my
forbid.
taxes or
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Don't ask him to do your taxes, please, guys.
or mine.
Or your own. Well, in that case. Welcome to the SVW Podcast. My name is Roman. I am here, as always, with Heck,
Yeah.
Woody,
Yes, sir.
and the Gunk, a.k.a.
The
Gunky
white
Man.
Dave
The
Blunts.
gunk.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. And, ladies and gentlemen, we have a huge show for you guys today. First up, we're going to start off with the Saturday night main event card. We're going to talk through some of the matches. We're going to break down our predictions.
I heard it's only 2 hours, right?
Hey man,
There's-
I love that.
They're
Like a PLE.
They're starting them with the 2-hour thing. I think and they're I think they might be teasing these 2-hour shows
I love it.
to make us yearn for the 3-hour shows
Yes.
again.
No,
Yeah.
you
So
might
when
be right.
when we go back to the 3, we're like, oh, thankfully they're 3 hours.
You know what would
The
be a
early
good...
morning one, like not early morning, but like it was like 6 o'clock.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
It's an
6
early
a.m.
morning show would be crazy every now and then. Clash at the Castle. I feel like that'd be a perfect 2-hour.
I would
event.
love
You know
that.
what I mean?
I think some of these smaller pay-per-views, would be perfect
Maybe
for
bring
a
back
2-hour.
In Your House.
I mean, they only do
Exactly.
5 matches
Exactly.
anyway.
I mean,
Well-
in your houses, yeah. That's
That'd be
They
sick.
do it at
Nice little
NXT,
2
don't
hour.
they?
Yeah,
but Saturday night
man,
main
they don't
event.
need that.
Saturday night main event is like it's a classic,
Yeah.
like it's tradition thing back
Exactly.
in the day. I'm really pumped they're bringing this back. I don't want them to overuse it,
No.
but if we like just a little bit here and there, make it special. I'm
would
all
love
for
And
it.
that.
it's been a consistent thing because even when I was growing up, they had the Saturday night's main event. You know what I mean? I remember Orton, RKO, and Cena on a chair. I remember a couple of Saturday night's main events in like the 07, 08
Yeah.
era. So it's like it's cool they're bringing it back.
Well, look, I love, for one, outside of just the pay-per-views, I love when they use the old pay-per-view names. Saturday Night Main Event, Great American Bash, Bad Blood, etc. And in the spirit of Saturday Night Main Event, we're going to talk about the new announcement that one Jesse Ventura will be returning to the commentators booth. And that's going to lead right into our question of the week, which is, who is your all-time favorite commentator?
That's
a
gonna be
no-brainer.
there's gonna be a lot of back and forth here. I guarantee none of us will agree.
Really?
Yeah.
But with Jesse Ventura, are we going to get a union?
Oh yeah,
It's,
he's gonna rally the boys and
Enter
get down
cricket
to the
tier.
bar.
One can only hope, but I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see.
As long as Hogan doesn't stooge on him again.
Yeah.
That stooge Hogan.
Yeah, that's
Snitch-ass Hogan.
he's incredible. He's
That's why I'm
incredible.
in the bar.
Yeah. Well, we are going to get into all that. After that, we're going to talk about the Wyatt Six. Kind of getting a
I
little
don't
weak.
know, man. I don't know what's going on with that there.
Yeah, I think maybe they're flopping a little bit right now. I don't know if they can get into a more successful program.
I beg to differ.
Not,
We'll get
not
into
what
it.
I expected.
You children and
Yeah.
just your inability
Let's just-
to let things cook is mind-boggling to me.
No.
What he said
I want it
later-
now.
No.
I want
Listen,
it now.
I'm an old big child then.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
let us on-
and I want
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. After that, we are going to talk about a great pay-per-view in NXT Deadline this past weekend. I know Woody has not necessarily a hot take about the Iron Survivor match, but
Strong take.
a strong take, and one I definitely agree with.
That's a strong
I think
take.
Which
that
I had to remind Roman that that's the only kind of takes I have.
Right.
All right, I
Strong
only have
takes that
strong
everybody
takes.
agrees with. That's the
The-
only
no,
type
I
of
don't
takes
care
that
about
is.
agreement. They're
Even in the
right.
bathroom?
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
thing.
Okay.
I'm not.
Excuse
It's either the justice system of takes here. You know what I mean?
Excuse me.
Doom doom.
I'm very excited to talk about that because I do agree with your take. I think that is
As you should.
so awesome.
As
Af-
you should.
Yeah. After that, Heck was able to sit down with one Trey Miguel of the Rascalz. This
X
past
making
week.
moves.
Yes.
He gave me
Heck's
the heads up.
making
He told me to
huge
stay out of
moves.
NXT parking lots.
Yeah, scary places, man. He'll-
Yeah. Yeah, Heck had
Gotham City.
a great interview with Trey Miguel. Heck, you killed that, by the way. I just wanted to say I got to hear a little bit of it.
A little, cleaning up, but yeah, first interview with, you know what I mean? Not really my thing, but, maybe it will be.
Listen, we're gonna find how multifaceted
Find my
Hector
groove.
is.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, he's Hector the collector, and now he's like Hector the interviewer. You know, there's the many hats this man wears.
It's not Muscle Man Malcolm. It's Hairy Man Heck.
And then, of course, as always, before we get out of here, we're going to talk quick hits, talk a little bit about new WWE shows, New Day Heat, as well as tag team title change. We're going to get into all that later. But to start this thing off, like I said, we're going to talk Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, and let's do it with a little bit of more energy too. We got
Saturday night main event.
That's true. You're right. We're going to talk
Cue the music.
Saturday Night Main Event. How's that? Better?
Fire.
Yeah, I am pumped.
Live from New York City, it's Saturday Night Main
I
Event.
like that.
Yo,
I
why
should
is
use
this like
that.
the craziest card too? Like I feel like this is like a really good card.
Well, they're really trying to do this whole thing. I feel like right now, where with the first Netflix show coming up soon,
Yeah.
where they are ramping everything up because I think they want those numbers
Yeah.
to absolutely murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're getting like near WrestleMania level, like ramp up matches and
Yeah.
stuff, which is unheard of this time of year.
What-
This is the time of year that normally, like, they're taking off.
Yeah.
Vacation time.
It's like B and C storylines only.
For sure.
Yeah, you get the year recaps, highlights of the year. That's how they give like people like days off.
Because
and
they're
shit.
running out of gas before they start doing the Royal Rumble Mania.
Yeah.
storyline.
Rumble
So it's like,
Rumble
this is
starts
where-
everything up again,
yeah.
but now they're like, we're going to be going into Rumble on a full sprint already.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
this point.
I think it's crazy that like probably the not even like the worst match, but like probably like the least anticipated match for this is Sammy versus Drew, which you just know is going to be an insane match regardless because they're both just incredible
It
workers.
was
You know
even
what I
added
mean?
on like last minute. It wasn't
Yeah, I
even part
know.
of the original card.
But it's like that added is like that you know that's probably gonna be because everything else is a championship match, right? So it's like that's gonna be the lowest thing. It's like that's gonna be an incredible.
that could be like a
match.
banger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right.
it might be the match of the night. So it's like everything else is just like crazy that it's even added on. It's like
You know, it's my wife used to make infused whipped cream, some THC.
Yeah.
So whatever you have this amazing thing, and the whipped cream on top, it's like a whatever. It's just whipped cream on top. You're like, no, it might be the best fucking thing
Right.
about it.
Well, the
know what I mean?
THC is the whipped cream on top of the whipped cream.
cream, yeah.
Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre is the
THC infused whipped cream. Yeah.
And it has the potential to like set up more stories. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah. No, that's
with,
going.
like,
Oh.
Seth and Drew kind of. You know
That's-
what I mean?
that's
That's like
like
the
this-
bottom
and-
rung of a ladder that we have no idea how
Right,
what the
right.
apex will be.
You just described the whole card though.
Yeah.
The whole card is
Yeah.
like ripe with that,
100%.
with just these like all these little hints
Well-
and tips and stories that could take off from here is amazing.
I do disagree about just one match because I think one match
Well-
is actually going to be what we need for like a end of a story, and that
culmination.
is the triple threat: Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Gunther. I think this is going to write Gunther out of that storyline, which needs to be done.
So that we
you know what I mean?
finally get rid of like the Judgment Day Finn Balor, because like
Damian
their,
Priest
their
beef.
last thing was
Right.
supposed to be, you know what I mean? Adam Pearce was like, yo, like this is it. After this,
Oh, bad
Yeah.
blood.
that's it. And then it still seems to be dragging out, where it's kind of like
The blood got badder.
if yeah,
Got
blood-
batter- batter blood.
but
Batter
Batter.
blood. That's the
Batter.
next pay per view.
Bladder blood is
Bladder.
Oh,
bad.
that's
But you gotta
never
cut
want
it.
bladder
You're right
blood.
about that.
Yeah,
You're
that's
definitely
like-
right about that.
might
well,
be
look,
a UTI.
let's get right into it then.
So these are the
Triple threat
matches.
World
These are the
Heavyweight
matches that they have talked about that are coming out for that.
Yes,
Is this the full
yes.
card, or is this just what we got?
Yeah, I
so
wonder
far?
if there's going to be any surprises.
From what my understanding, I think this is the full card because the Drew and Sammy was like the
That was
added.
the last
Yeah.
one added.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That does
And then
make
you see,
sense.
was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Five.
Five
2
matches,
hours,
yeah.
yeah,
And
that's probably it.
That's
seems
probably-
to be
you're probably
WWE's.
Five matches.
It's not
That's their
WrestleMania.
You
match.
might get like a
Like-
Jesse the Body promo at the beginning or something like
Of
that.
course.
Maybe a
Oh, he's
backstage
definitely going to
segment.
kick
Yeah,
it
yeah.
off. There's going to be like a
Bronson Reed's gonna come out in a wheelchair.
there's going to be like a
Dude.
cinematic at the beginning
he
of
can't
him
stand
talking
on
about the
business.
history of the event. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my god. So look, your guys' picks, triple threat. First up, what do you guys think?
I think Gunther's going to retain, but this is either going to solve everything for everyone, or it's going to be a nice like stepping point towards the final match between Damian and Finn. I feel like tensions in the Judgment Day right now. Also,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah,
I have
me
a
too.
good I have a good feeling that
think we're
Finn
gonna
might
get a
get done how every single leader of the Judgment Day has gotten done so far.
Yeah.
But what do you say? There's no leaders, but when you listen to me, things go like it's like I'm not the leader, but I'm the leader.
As
Like-
soon as you take that role in the Judgment Day,
You're
it's
done.
off with your
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, you might as well be in the NXT parking lot. Like it's a dangerous place to be.
Apparently.
The
Top
leader
10
of
most
Judgment
foreboding places to be in the WWE
Head of
universe.
Judgment Day.
Head of
NXT
Judgment
parking
Day,
lot.
NXT universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all I can think about is I'm trying to find a way to fantasy book this in my head where we can get a Finn Balor championship run. But I can't see him
Here.
going over Gunther. I can't see Gunther losing this. I can't like find a way to make it make sense in my head, no matter how many like the mental cartwheels I try to do this. Because I want a Finn Balor run so bad. I want Demon Finn. I want a full year of Finn as a champion and giving the guy the respect he deserves.
Remember, the demon
But it's
doesn't
not
come
it.
out till it's face Finn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
you gotta
it can't be here.
in the booking, right? You have to get him to be a face through the booking as well as the title run.
He could be a face if he was going up against just Gunther.
Yeah,
But with Damien's
but
involvement, it
everything
can't
else
be.
going on, he's
Yeah.
just been playing that like cocky.
Oh, he's an asshole. Yeah.
asshole kind of like character. I think Gunther retains in this, and it just separates us, like the Damien and Finn from it because they had to finish it.
That's
like,
it. Yeah, this pick we just sweep Gunther.
It's dragging out like we thought at Bad Blood, like, oh, this is it. And it's just like apparently Finn just still has this chip on his shoulder towards Damien. Even though Damien had moved on, he's still just trying to screw him. So, yeah, I'm going Gunther on this one.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you guys said. I
Does
just
it-
think it's Gunther all the way.
It's going to be
Does
a
it-
sick match, though.
Oh my
Does
god.
it feel like they're rerunning this with Damien because they don't have the next thing for him set up yet?
Kind of.
So they're like, shit, until then, let's just do the Finn thing again
And
one more time.
they know Damien and Gunther was boring as fuck.
Yeah.
So, adding Finn into it, you know what I mean? It's
I
like-
heard that from a
It's
reputable
like
source.
white rice, but they threw some like a little like sazon on it.
Well, I also think that Finn Balor's style is a little more like we talked about last week, that you don't like the chops and the graps, and it's kind of like Finn Balor gives it a little more of that, maybe a little bit of high flying, big moves, a little bit of that flair. You know what I mean?
Little flair, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that this
But
match,
just speed too. He has an ability to moves
not just-
around that ring so
Totally.
quickly.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just
Totally.
two big monsters just
Exactly.
smacking each other and choking each other out.
and I think this match still, you're probably right about Gunther retaining because they know that even if they're going to run the same Damian Priest kind of thing again, this match with adding Finn Balor, this is going to be.
I
a
think,
banger.
dare I say, we start seeing he's always been like a kind of tweener, usually hanging a little more towards the heel side, but like face Gunther kind of starting from kind of through
Yeah,
this.
I don't know.
And when you have him like almost you getting jumped by 3-4 guys, almost having to like team up with Damian
Right.
and Priest in a situation, not necessarily, but kind of like they were both on the minority here in this situation. It's are you leading towards that? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
I don't see how Gunther ever goes face.
No, me
Nah,
neither.
even with the stuff with
Unless it's Bash in Berlin.
Yeah.
Well, even then.
Yeah, no,
yeah, he
that's
got
true.
rid of Giovanni and now Ludwig. He's like, you know what I mean? Kind of push him like, yo, be your own man. Like, I got this. Like, you know what I mean? I'll handle
Yeah.
my own shit. Where before it was very heel, where it was like they were jumping people all the time and you know
Actually,
what I mean?
you know what?
Jumping people in a respectable way. But now it seems he's kind of on his own with Ludwig kind of like doing his own thing. Like, we got each other. Like, I got you. I respect you. But like, yo, you got this type of vibe. So I feel like that's more like a face kind of thing.
Ludwig is the only way he could turn face, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you build Ludwig Kaiser up
Which seems like they're trying
and
to.
then you get him maybe give him the championship. Not right away. Not right, like the IC championship eventually. Have Gunther lose his championship. And then have Ludwig start treating Gunther like
the
shit.
other way around. Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
overdoing his power.
Like, well, you don't
Right.
tell me what to do. Like, you couldn't even get your job done. Like, now,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
It just kind of like let's knock him down a little bit and make him like a little bit sad, make him feel bad for him a little bit, and then we can get a face Gunther run.
because that was
poor
that's kind of how
Gunther.
the
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind of how
what
the
they're gonna
promo
say.
went when they were in the locker room. You know what I mean? After Gunther was like, "Yo, where were you? Like, your title, you getting a title shot's more important than having my back."
Right. Yeah.
And it was like, yeah. And then like Gunther was like proud that he said yeah. Like,
Well, we shall see. Only time will tell on that one. Next up, we'll go right to the start. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn.
Woo!
Who do you guys got?
We just talked about it briefly, but I mean, ooh, who do I got? That's the real question.
That is the real question.
I think it's only right. Drew McIntyre needs a fucking win, man.
Yeah,
I
bad.
mean, it's kind of crazy that he. I mean, I get that. I thought personally he should have got that dub over Punk. I think Punk's a cemented legend. I mean, Drew has done his fucking thing too, especially
for
during
sure.
the pandemic, carried the company. But with that being said, it's like he's a younger guy. Punk's been around longer. He's a more well-known name, and it's like I think Drew could have used that win. So now in this situation, especially considering Sami Zayn's kind of fresh off of that, singles championship,
Yeah.
like I think Drew needs
the
this
War
win.
Games win with the bloodline.
Yeah, like Drew
Yeah.
needs this win bad. Like
Yeah, I
he needs
agree.
to he needs to because if he loses now, then he's a joke.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I agree. I think Drew takes this one
Brutally, hopefully. Like I
and
hope
then-
it's like.
And then Sammy's just one of those guys that like
He's always going to rebound.
he's yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He'll always be able to like bounce back.
The
you know what I mean,
underdog from the
a loss.
underground.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think there needs to be like a long-term rivalry here. It's just he's just something in the way of Drew. You know what I mean? Like because right now Sammy's like cool with Punk. The War Games. So yeah, I think Drew's gonna demolish Sammy.
I think this is the start of Drew's warpath. I think he's usually be taking out anybody even closely related or associating with anybody
With
Samoan.
Punk and Reigns and yeah.
I would love to see like just an anti-hero, just not even heel, not even face. Like I want him to go over after like Solo and his crew too. Just like I just want anybody who's affiliated,
Yeah,
anything to
I
do
would
with
like
any
that.
of
And
this.
the only
Like,
person he's cool with is Seth Rollins. That'd be an interesting tag.
Well, I mean,
Sure would.
there's the trio of
Yeah.
the Fuck the Bloodline, the group that needs to happen. And that's him,
Yeah.
Seth and
Seth.
KO.
okay, they need to
Yeah,
form a
yeah,
new
yeah.
shield.
KO and Drew.
They need
Yeah.
to be the
Shield
new Hounds of
2.0.
Justice.
I mean, you got the unhinged white guy in KO. You got Seth Rollins playing Seth, and then you got like the big giant long
Drew
black haired
McIntyre,
badass.
Roman Reigns.
totally.
It's kind
Yeah.
of
The Irish
perfect.
Roman
Seth
Reigns.
Rollins playing Seth.
Yeah. Woody, what's your official pick on this?
I gotta go with Drew. I don't think anyone's beaten the Scottish psychopath. He's an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn's fun. He's so fun
Oh,
to cheer for. He's the underdog from the underground.
Yeah,
but at the end of the
true.
day, the underdog does not beat a physical specimen like Drew
Yeah,
McIntyre.
not every time.
I hope it's pretty
That's
brutal.
a manly man.
I want him to
Yeah.
beat
He's
his
not
ass.
He's a
Regal.
man.
Yeah, he's
I
not
want to
William
see
Regal.
his
Yeah.
Scottish.
Here's what I
Excalibur
want to see.
sword.
I want to see Drew beat the shit out of Sammy, and then just keep going after the match. Jey Uso come out, sets up a match between them, and then I want the same thing to happen whenever they fight. If it's the next pay-per-view, whatever. If it's the first Monday Night Raw of Netflix era, whatever. But I want to see Jey Uso versus Drew, and I want to see a decisive victory. I just want to see Drew just go fucking crazy, just start taking heads.
Well, your fantasy booking, I guess we'll see if it comes true. Next up, Women's United States Championship match. Bailey or Chelsea Green versus Michin or Tiffany Stratton. Okay, so we don't.
Who would you
have
like
the
to see
official-
here? In
Yes,
the,
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
we got a
I
lot
think-
of what ifs here.
I know off rip immediately who I want to see, but
Yeah, no, I want to hear it. I want to hear what you got. You're that passionate.
Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, no
Okay.
question about it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's not going to be it, unfortunately.
I know that it's not going to be it, but that would be the sickest match.
it's interesting Tiffany Stratton being up there because she has the money in the bank.
Yeah, well, you
So
can't.
why does she need the?
Why,
You know
why
what?
not both?
I completely blanked on that, and I thought I knew what I was gonna say, but now you just completely threw me for a loop because I forgot she was Miss Money in the Bank. I shouldn't have forgot that.
Right. That's why I'm like,
But-
why is she even in there? Somebody else could have been.
Yeah. Damn.
She's in there because she deserves it because she's the best damn competitor they could put out
She's
there.
That's what I'm
amazing.
saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
I
I thought they were
think-
gonna push Lyra Valkyrie.
I'm glad they're not. I like, but that's just
Wow.
me. I think this right here, the U.S. Championship match for the first woman ever. This is them trying to placate to the IWC, that internet wrestling community out there.
Yeah.
This is who we heard you guys. We've heard the chatter, so that's why it's going to be Chelsea
Michin.
Green versus
Oh.
Michin.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, Michin deserves it. She's having a great run. She's doing so much work.
Yeah,
She's
no,
done
you're right.
great work in the past. This is like we could never make these people the champion, so we're giving them this. This is the table scraps.
Oh.
Hopefully this will shut you guys
I
up
guess
for
Such
a
a
little bit.
good thing, but like you make it sound
Yeah,
so
I know.
bad.
You don't have to bury the title like that. So,
I'm just no,
legends have held the United States
Not the
Championship.
women's.
not the
United
women's
States.
one.
Okay, not the whip.
They should have made.
Obviously not
they
the
should've
Also,
made
the,
this
the
title.
just
even
invented
even the men's U.S. title is like, it's like the lowest of the low of titles, right? It's
What,
the-
are you saying it's
Yeah.
worse than the Intercontinental?
Yes, by far. Historically,
Damn.
the IC champion was going to be the champion in a year or two. The United States
coming from a
champion was the United
WCW
States
guy, this is
champion.
the craziest take ever because there is an argument. Like I would agree with you, but
Yeah.
there like you writing it off so crazy and being this guy who grew up on WCW is kind of wild because there's a total argument that the WCW United States Championship has just as much lineage and history as the Intercontinental Championship.
I've always thought even in the times of back to back being a WCW guy, I thought the IC
I agree.
title was presented as being more important.
I totally agree, but
Okay, so we can be good.
Right. We won't. I won't be devil's advocate here then.
I'll
Chelsea
digress.
Green, Chelsea Green versus Mi Chen. Chelsea Green wins. That's what I got. That's
See,
my pick.
Now this is interesting because a couple weeks ago we talked about how you wanted to see Chelsea Green win it from someone else.
Yeah, I wanted Piper Niven, but she's already gone, so it's I got to move on.
Oh, I guess it's
Life moves on. I don't.
But
I
so
don't
you're
dwell
saying
in the
you wouldn't
past.
settle for someone else? You wouldn't settle for like a Michin win, then setting up kind of a feud between Chelsea
So,
Green and Michin.
Chelsea
No.
Green
Okay.
I
is
see what you're
going to
saying,
beat
but-
Bailey.
Yes, on some bullshit.
Yeah, I'm thrown for a loop here, and I'm actually happy because I like.
Bailey's like distracted.
Bailey's
with
got-
everything kind of going on.
There's too. Yeah, she has too much stuff going
Piper
on. there.
Niven helps Chelsea Green.
Why
I feel
not?
like I always know what's going on and what's going to happen, and I don't really know what my pick would be here. I guess, yeah, because like I'm saying, what the heck, like I see Bailey being the way that they're booking this Saturday night's main event. It feels like Chelsea Green and versus Michin would stick out like a sore thumb for what they're doing here. You know what I mean? Like
that
Yeah,
is
yeah,
totally
yeah.
true.
So like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're putting
you're
on like
right.
a star.
Like the bigger match would be Bailey versus Tiffany.
Bailey
Stratton.
versus Tiffany Stratton
Yeah,
seems
that's
like
the
what they
biggest.
would put on.
Chelsea
for this
versus Tiffany
show.
could also that would
yes,
draw.
But that's
Totally
heel
could.
versus
It's
Chelsea-
totally
Chelsea's
could.
character is
Chelsea can draw. That's what I mean. Like
Okay.
she can draw just as much as Bailey can at this point in time. I don't think Bailey is any higher than her.
No
in-
way.
in
In,
the
fact, I
people's
think that Chelsea
excitement.
Green at this point is higher on like than Bailey. I think.
All right,
You're
I'll
tripping.
edit it.
What?
You know
No
what? I think
Not who's better.
I'm making my final
Not
decision.
Who's better? I
Yeah,
think
Bailey.
who's getting a bigger draw or like a bigger pop and reaction from the crowd. I think Chelsea is
Bailey
higher
stay,
than Bailey, and I don't think it's close.
I'm
Bailey
making
stay
my-
involved in like, the top of the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
I'm
trying
making my
to.
final
She's hanging
decision.
on.
It's gonna be
She's like their
Tiffany
plus
Stratton.
one.
It's gonna be Tiffany
Yeah.
Stratton versus Bailey, and Bailey's gonna win the United States Championship. I think that is
That's-
what it's
you're
gonna be, and she's not
crazy.
gonna hold it for that long, and it'll probably drop it to a Chelsea Green or
You're
a.
crazy.
No, I actually respect the hell out of that pick. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially if you were going off of what I was saying that the Chelsea Green and Michin, this is them giving credit to the IWC.
Yeah.
And they're like, but also we're not going to put them in the finals, guys.
Yeah.
We let them
Right,
get this
them
far
get there. Right.
just
That's
so
why I'm like,
you would be happy.
And
but
also,
it's going to be Bailey or
Guess who's
Tiffany
at the top of
Stratton,
that
but-
card now? You know, not you know what I mean, the top of the power rankings for the you know what I mean the women's United States. It's going to be Mia Chin and Chelsea Green. Like
I
they're going to
think-
get championship shots within the next.
No, you're
couple
Can we
right.
all
of
just
years.
agree it's not going to be Michin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I feel like
But
is the most
but
important thing.
I
We all-
think what and like
Could be any of the other three, and I'd be
maybe
happy.
Bailey and Michin.
I don't think it's going to be Tiffany
And-
because she
and
has
Bailey. It's right,
Yeah,
right.
no,
it's
because she
very,
has
very,
that
very-
briefcase. It's either
Tiffany
gonna
might be in the match.
Or
but
It's
they
going to be
not-
Bailey or Chelsea Green,
They-
which is
they
funny
give her
because
both?
both of them are fighting before.
They
So it's
give
either
Tiffany Stratton both.
no, I don't think so.
I don't think
Because that's
so.
so
Not at this
confusing,
point.
man.
She has the United States, and then she cashes in for the other. Yeah.
I don't know.
Tiffany
I don't
two
want.
belts.
Don't.
belt
Here's the
colors.
Tiffany two
thing.
belts.
I don't want you putting more stuff on Tiffany.
Yeah, no.
Like
She's
I
a
like-
future
I like
world.
how-
on to Tiffany.
I like
She's
how
gonna-
she's
She's
presented.
going to take that world championship off Nia Jax.
That joke went right.
That's gonna happen. What? What do you say?
It's all right, but
I didn't even hear it.
Let's keep it moving, guys.
You have
Let's
to listen
keep it
back.
moving.
I gotta listen to the pod when it drops.
I think Bailey is going to win the title. You
I
put her
agree
on one
with
of the
you.
four horsemen. You set the prestige kind of high.
It's a good
Horse
inaugural.
And then
people.
maybe Chelsea Green, like you know what I mean, or like you said, like Chelsea Green or somebody like gets that like second run, but like that inaugural champ, like I don't know, just somebody established.
God damn it! I mean, Bailey has earned it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it is kind of backwards that they're introducing
Ding
this
dong,
new,
hello.
this new championship for
donkey.
like the girls that could never get the world
Yeah,
championship.
they put it
on
the
Bailey?
The first fucking champion is a multi-time former women's world
No,
champion.
give it to Chelsea then. Chelsea Green,
Yeah, Chelsea all the
100%.
way.
I would love that, but I think it's gonna be Bailey.
Chelsea all the way. Next up, women's world championship match: Liv Morgan versus Io Sky.
It's gonna be so
Oh,
fancy.
I mean, it's gonna be a good match, but we
Oh,
know
it's
Liv's
gonna be
gonna
a
keep
banger.
the title.
Io
Like,
is the best female wrestler on the roster right now.
Yeah,
There's no one else putting in the work that she's doing in ring.
You got
It's
her over
crazy.
Kyrie.
Right now.
Her and her
over
trash
yeah,
can.
over
Well,
Kyrie
yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah, I put her
Her
over
work
Kyrie.
right now.
Yeah, I think she's just the peak of her career. She's in her prime. It's so awesome. I wish she
I
could
thought her
run.
prime was Lucha Underground, and she's
Yeah,
now still crushing it. NXT had
So
a
good.
run like, yeah.
it's I wish we could put a title on her and have it be a significant run, but the last time it was really underwhelming.
Yeah.
And I think Liv is doing a great job with the title. And Liv also puts on a hell of a match.
And she
With-
got Raquel, Dom. There's just too many. I mean, Io can.
I
take
don't wanna-
control. So I mean, Kyrie will be there. Is
I want-
Dakota
I want
Kai still
Liv-
part of Damage Control?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want Liv to
We the
to
Asuka
win.
return.
I want Liv to just win
Ooh,
outright.
I was about to say that too.
You want Liv to what?
Win outright. I want like a one-on-one, no interference. They both Damage Control gets sent away. Raquel and Dom gets sent away,
barred from ring
and just show Liv actually winning this title
She
on
kinda
her own.
needs
Hits that Oblivion and solidifies
100%
her.
because
Like,
she got
her
that crew
title
with
run.
her all the time.
Well, every single win she's gotten
I mean, she's
has
a
been
heel.
under.
Like it's just heel.
no, I
True.
totally
Yeah,
agree.
for sure.
I totally
But it's
agree.
good to know sometimes, like, heel can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know
Get the job done.
Liv is winning, coming out of keeping the title.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no reason to move
Yeah.
on at this point.
I
Yeah.
She's
think
not
Liv
losing the
wins.
title until the stuff with Rhea's done.
And I think if this match is like a banger, they could run this one back.
Yeah.
Well, finally, the main event: Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship.
I got a curveball here.
No, what? Here, nuts.
No. Here's my reasoning. I think KO wins it. I think he
heard
needs to.
I've heard rumblings.
I think he needs to. I think it makes sense. But Cody's going to get it back.
Like right away.
Like within like maybe by Rumble, he'll get it back.
Right, but not like it's not going to be. KO's not going to be like a crazy.
KO's not walking
year-long
into
champ.
Mania with the championship.
Right, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm just. Cody gets it back, but I think we need to validate the concerns that Cody's not that guy. That he is
Interesting.
overblown. That he is. We're getting these like little inklings of heel Cody.
Yeah.
And I think this could be another nice little notch in that belt where like let's start to piss him off.
Or just adding
Right,
some
right.
edge to the guy. You know what I mean? Because, like,
Adam
Some Adam
Copeland.
Copeland to him.
yeah.
Adam Copeland
Well,
to him.
this is funny because I'm literally going to kind of compare here from my era. It's like this kind of feels like Super Cena heading storming towards WrestleMania, and he gets hit with Edge. You know what I mean?
Adam
And
Copeland.
on the way
Yeah, he was
to.
edging this.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
That's-
Right, right before that WrestleMania 23 where Cena takes on Michaels. It's like, I don't know if you remember that, like right before he had to win the title back from Edge because New Year's Revolution, like all this like crazy shit was happening. Like,
Is the cash in?
yeah, it was
New
the,
Year's
it was
Revolution?
it was the
Yeah.
cash in at New Year's Revolution. That's January, February, March, April. That's, you know what I mean? That's like about where we are. So it's like he can lose this title and, you know what I mean, get it back before Mania and like.
Yeah, if you're gonna parallel him to anything, like going to that era of Cena's great.
Right, and Cena, you know, he was on this unstoppable run, and Edge comes in and just takes it for a couple months.
The
They go
ultimate
back and
opportunist.
forth, like, you know what I mean, one or two times, and then Cena goes on to Mania. Like, I could see Cody doing a very similar story here, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Getting caught up with, you know what I mean? Because that rivalry added a lot of grit and, like, grime to Cena, because he was in, like, a TLC match, you know what I mean, going through all this, like, crazy shit with Edge, and it kind of made him more of a...
All
It gave him
around
more
kinda-
character in that
Yeah,
match
yeah,
with
I get
Michaels,
you.
where it was like, where before that would have kind of been like these two baby faces are going at it. It's like, nah, like this guy like been choking people out the STF, like he's on a different level. You know what I mean? He's like,
Going way too hard with it too.
Yeah.
He was all his early days of STFing was everyone was like, "You need to calm the fuck down."
You saw that Chris Masters? He was
Yeah.
talking about that. He was like, I was legitimately like getting
He's
choked
like,
out.
he
here.
choked me out.
Yeah.
I tapped out because I had to.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, I was gonna say, is this your official pick, Woody?
Me? Oh yeah, I'm going. Oh yeah, I do think I'm just going to talk it and not back it up. That's the kind of
I
person
like to
you
get
think
the
I am.
official pick, just like the NFL draft.
All right.
I think Cody keeps it. I think it's the match that it should be. It should be the headlining match. To even take the title out of it, just the story kind of building up. It is funny seeing Owens drive like the Lambo and like talk shit about Cody's bus.
Very fun.
So shout out to Muscle Man Malcolm. We were talking about this before the podcast. He had a great interview with Kevin Owens, and it was one of the things he said on there is that that Cody was giving him shit for the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And you're like, he has a full tour bus and a chauffeur.
I know.
Like, how much do you think that costs compared to a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Like, that is
Somebody
that's
on
way
staff
more
to drive you
extravagant.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He has a guy.
I mean, it's more. The bus is more economical, I would think. You know, you can get
No.
multiple people on the bus, so you know what I mean. Like if
Oh, well, then just-
5-6 people are on the bus, that's one. You know what I mean, as opposed to 5-6 people with Lambos.
KO doesn't have any friends
The
anymore.
gas,
He's cut
not
everybody off.
economical. You know, it's just tearing apart the ecosystem.
Is it a
and-
hybrid bus, too? Maybe it's a hybrid
It's
bus.
a hybrid bus. It's a Tesla.
I can't imagine anyone riding on the bus with Cody. Can you? Who's on the bus with Cody? Brandy?
What
Pharaoh?
Pharaoh.
Kevin was on the bus before. Randy was riding. I don't know.
Yeah, no one's in that bus.
No, you are correct.
Like, he's invited to the cookout, but they're not invited on the bus. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
Ooh, heel Cody. You know.
I don't feel like he's inviting anyone.
No,
on
I
that
think
bus.
the story kind of continues. Maybe eventually there's just like a blow off match where there's like the title's not included. Screw the title. I don't think Kevin Owens like. I don't even give a fuck about the title. I just want to like bring you down a few rungs.
Like
and
a
just
first blood
whip your
match.
ass.
Right,
Like
yeah.
Yeah, no for tie. I just want blood.
And then like we get the Shield 2.0.
You know what?
Seth gets involved. Drew, you know.
Let's make this
I don't
a
think
thing.
Saturday
I don't know.
main event is it though.
I'm siding with Woody.
Put it on the. Put
I
it
got
on the
KO
map.
winning this because you know what's coming up? First episode of Monday Night Raw. Cody winning
Totally
the
right.
championship, you know what I mean? Back
Back
on
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 Monday
that.
Night
That could be
Raw.
crazy. A month run for KO. That's not even a bad run. He could defend it on
Or
the
imagine Cody losing it on the first episode of Raw.
I don't know. I don't know.
Talk
I think
about
that would
set-
leave a
talk
bad
about
taste in
setting a
people's mouth.
precedent.
I think that would leave a bad
Like
taste in a lot of people's
anything
mouths.
could happen here on Netflix.
Doom,
Doom.
That's true.
Isn't
Oh,
Cody
man.
SmackDown? No.
Yeah, but
Who
he's gonna
knows
be on
what- who
Raw.
knows
Yeah, but
going
he's
to
gonna
this?
be there. They
Because
said
No,
everybody's
but-
gonna be moved around.
But what I'm saying is like,
Will he have a match?
is this how Cody gets to Raw? Is he has to lose the belt to KO in order to enter the transfer portal? Because you can't do it as a champion.
transfer portal.
the
So that-
transfer portal?
And then that's how he
Real
gets
college-
over.
HR talk
Is this
here.
college football?
That's college football or English Premier League. You know, there's,
Oh,
What?
that's not the transfer window. That's EPL. All my
you're
EPL
so
fans
smart.
out there,
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
so-
one of you.
Well, yeah,
I don't like that shit.
My JGC guys,
So smart.
WXYZ, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well,
No one
regardless,
does.
IYK.
If you know, you know.
you know.
I'm siding with Woody. I think Owens might win this here.
Hey,
Yeah.
congrats. Congratulations for being on my side. That's good. That's a smart move for you.
I'm not gonna lie. He flipped me too.
Now he didn't flip me. I was already kind of thinking
I
about
was
it.
so obvious. It was obviously Cody, and now, especially with the Monday Night Raw thing, I think he's done. He's cooked.
He's
Yeah.
cooked.
I just looked at you and pictured your microphone as Woody's part,
Yeah.
reading your mouth.
His member.
Fine,
Yeah.
but he's right.
I got rolling like a pancake over here the way I'm flipping that bitch.
Jesus. H. Well, yeah. Overall, I think this is going to be a great pay per view. Gunky, I totally agree with what you said earlier. These matches are all.
Is this considered
awesome.
a pay per view? Or
No. it's
Yes.
not. It is.
Well,
Yeah, it's
no,
on-
I'm just want to say it's not a pay-per-view, but how would you not consider it a premium live
Oh yeah,
event?
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely
It's
premium.
literally the
It's live,
definition
and
of
it's
a
an
premium
event,
live
for
event.
sure.
It's just the. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, technically, we had a premium live event on South Street Mania weekend. It was
Yeah.
premium, it was live, and it was an event.
Dude, I tell you, every time you get a chance to talk to me in person, it's a PLE.
Oh, you know what?
Come down to
yeah.
the shop and experience PLE
Hey,
yourself.
December 21st, Sandman's going to be here. It's going to be premium. It'll be live if you're here.
It's a
and
hell of
it's
an event.
Sure is.
Come hang out
Sure
with
is.
us and Sandman,
Let's
December
just start calling
21st.
everything we do PLEs.
Have a
I love
brewski
it.
with the old
I love
sand.
it.
Everything's a PLE.
Yeah,
Get
everything's a
schmacked with
PLE.
hack.
Get smacked with hack.
Everything's a PLE. This PLE is going to be awesome, and not for only this card, but we've added another surprise.
Oh yeah.
The great Jesse Ventura will be returning to the commentator's table.
The GOAT.
The who?
Is he still the body?
He's
Yeah,
the body.
Still the body.
Is he a governor?
He's
Not
he's
anymore.
he's one of the
He was
only
a governor?
he's one of the only independent governors
Minnesota?
to ever be elected in the United States. Fun
Oh,
fact.
Interesting.
He wasn't a
So
Republican
he's
or a
a movie
Democrat.
star,
Yeah, he killed. I mean,
wrestler,
bro, the dude is.
commentator,
I
Politician.
love him on commentary.
I loved him
a
in
union.
Predator. That was
Oh,
like
I
that's
mean,
top
Predator,
tier
of course.
Jesse Ventura.
I love just about everything about this man.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
I loved him in Predator.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I just said.
Yeah.
Like 5 seconds before you said that.
Nice. I was thinking about governors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, this leads into our big question for this week. And guys, don't forget to comment. You can DM us, write us a letter, send us an email, send us a carrier pigeon, come down, record a video of yourself saying it, send it to us, come down and tell us in person. Big question this week. Who is your all-time favorite wrestling commentator? And we're going to talk about this here. Gunky, why don't you start?
I was gonna say I really want to start with Gunky. I feel like
yeah,
he's
no,
gonna-
I know because I know he has a strong opinion. Because we've talked about
Excalibur.
this-
Definitely Excalibur.
Yeah, okay.
He's got, that's
It's the mask.
from a mask to a
It's the
mask. You gotta do it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
No. All-time favorite. Definitely good old JR. I mean, God. I mean.
Yeah.
I grew up. I mean, you're gonna be a little bit biased to your childhood and who you grew up with. JR is gonna be probably the majority of wrestling fans today. It's just because his career has been so long, and I mean, it's hard to argue anybody with JR. He's memeable. He's lovable. He's just good old JR.
It's amazing when like something so amazing happens and there's a iconic call.
Right.
Even when it's not JR, people attribute it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that that's going around right now, I think online that people are talking about it. Like that's gotta be Kane.
Yeah.
That's not
so funny.
JR.
That was Vince.
That's Vince.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, it's so good that it's assumed it was JR.
Very funny.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those that people just assume was.
My personal favorite is Mankind off the cage.
Well, by God,
By
by
God.
God, he is broken in
As
half.
God is my witness, he is broken in half. That's incredible.
They
so
killed him.
That's your official pick, Gunky JR.
Official pick, yeah, good old JR. If I had an honorable mention, I would probably say.
Wait, I'm just gonna throw out honorable mentions. What if you take Hex?
Right.
All right.
Why don't you hold your honorable mentions to the?
yeah.
To the
I'm going to
fucking-
complete opposite, like newer guys.
I
Pat
thought,
McAfee.
I thought you would say
Pat McAfee. Just the
Irving.
energy and like
Love, yeah. It's great.
he's jumping on stage playing like air guitar with like Shinsuke and like Rick Boogs back then. You know what I mean? Just like the stuff, the way he gets involved, taking like stunners when he was about to get in the ring, thought about it and was like, nah, I'm good, and like hops out. Just like the energy and the character
He's
and all
got
that stuff
energy.
is awesome.
he's-
Like,
And
it's
he's bringing
fun
an
as hell to see.
entire different set of eyes to the wrestling
Yeah, 'cause
world.
he's like a sports guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he might
does
be the
sports.
most. He might be the most important for
He was like the
WB
best,
as commentators
Yeah,
because the
for
way
sure.
he
Soccer
is.
kicker, right?
Yeah, he was a kicker.
He was
Yep.
a-
He was
In
definitely
soccer.
football.
a punt man, as they called him.
He's
The
a punt man.
Yeah, that's what they call him, the punt man.
But he was like notorious
Oh,
for like
he's the one that taught Randy Orton.
physical and his like punts.
Yep, he taught Orton the
Pat
punt.
McAfee taught Randy Orton to punt. All right, bet.
He was an amazing athlete who happened to be a punter.
He was notorious
else
for
was
like
putting?
getting busy after punting, right? Like and like
Yeah.
going and like
He-
trying to tackle the fucking
he had a bunch of good
What was
fakes.
the big guy that punted the baby?
Snitsky.
Snitsky.
It wasn't my
It
fault.
wasn't his fault. Yeah.
Classic.
That's. I mean, those are solid takes.
Yeah.
Like Snitsky versus Pat McAfee having like a kickoff.
I see JR obviously is just that is a top tier. I think the longer he is in the business, it actually is slightly eroding away at his like
Yeah.
body of work
I do agree with
That's
that.
that's yeah. That, but
because I can't ignore what I see now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, he's a shadow of his former self.
Of course.
Unfortunately, that's something that every single anybody faces with their legacy.
Right, it's like go off
Yeah.
into the sunset.
Ric
Go out-
Flair,
time.
the Rolling Stones,
You gotta
fucking
know your
You
time,
gotta go
and
out
Michael
on top.
Jordan,
On top. Go out
like
on
just
top.
fucking know when to leave. You got to know
Right, when
when
Jordan
to
came back
hold
with the
them.
Wizards, it just was not the same.
No, of
when
course
to
not.
hold
Ah,
'em.
Look
sports.
at that. That's good. That's
Wow.
good stuff.
That's what
That's
I
a hell
said.
of a reference there. That's great. My favorite
45, not 23, man.
My favorite commentator of all time was not just a person that I thought portrayed what was going on in the ring perfectly, but also taught me about wrestling. This dude was the professor of wrestling. He was Mike Tenay.
Oh my gosh.
I think Mike Tenay was so important for commentating in across the board because this dude literally is like when we had lucha wrestling coming in, no one knew what the fuck was going on. Listen to like those old Bash at the Beach. And they have
That's such a good pick. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Dusty. They have him on commentary, and he's like, "Oh man, this is some kind of flip." You know,
Yeah.
wow, they're really going at it in there. You know, like he doesn't know what's going on, and then it's a what a maneuver. You know, these kind of situations.
Generic.
Of like Tenay would actually be like, "Oh no, this is what that move was, and it came from this person." He knew everything about wrestling. That guy was like 100% the like. Not to be probably the brain Heenan, but he was the biggest brain when it came to wrestling.
Well, then
yeah.
I am going to change my honorable mention. Literally,
we told you there was
well,
honorable mention
I'm
in the
going
first
to
place.
because now that he said that, it brought up Don West. I mean, I'm a big TNA fan, and Mike Tenay and Don West were incredible and probably
was
one
a
of the
hell of
most
a combo.
slept-on combos ever. Rest in peace, Don West, one of the greatest commentators. Their voices are iconic to my childhood. Them just as much as probably JR and
Man,
Jerry the King Hart.
Vince McMahon.
But yeah,
Shitting on him, man.
Like
Vince
Mike
is shitting
Tenay,
on everybody.
Woody, that was a beautiful pick. Mike Tenay definitely deserves his flowers. He's one of the greatest voices, and yeah, like he and WCW, TNA.
Wow, I look over there and see Woody's member on your microphone also.
Yeah, man. He's like, I'm all over the place right now.
Oh God.
About that Orlando Brown this piece.
I told you not to say that. Well, look, I'll give you my pick. I think JR obviously is my favorite, and I think also, there's something to be said, obviously, for the commentator itself, but it don't work without the duo, and the JR and the King duo is.
Yeah.
So you can't pick one. You got to pick two.
No.
I thought he was gonna come out here right now. He's like, I'm gonna tell you in just 4 words who my favorite announcer of all time was. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack.
No.
Oh yeah.
I love him, but no.
My favorite is Black Snow.
Black Snow. Black Snow.
Black Snow.
But yeah, no. And then if I had to pick an honorable mention, Bobby the Brain and Gorilla Monsoon.
That's 2 honorable mentions, but
Yeah. So
Right,
instead of
Jesus.
picking one, you
Well, let's
pick
just
4.
list off every commentator.
All right, sorry.
But it's
I was-
funny,
I like Jerry the
nobody
King
said
Lawler.
Jesse the Body Ventura, though.
No, of course not. He's not the number one, but
Jesse
he's
was great.
No,
but
that was going to be my honorable mention before Don West. I'm not even joking. Was going to be Jesse the Body because he's one of the greatest color commentary heel announcers of all time.
Yeah.
If you go back and listen to him and Monsoon, him and McMahon, just him talking shit about the wrestlers, it's fucking so
It's
it's
great.
so
the human
great.
suplex machine, Taz. Come on.
I'm not a fan of Taz's commentary.
Let's move on.
I like Taz's commentary as much as I like Jericho's commentary when he was doing it for AEW.
I will say if we're gonna throw in a combo,
Don Callis.
throw in a combo thing of Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
Their back and forth as heel and face was so much fun. And like if you were watching at that time, there are so many things they did that were like iconic.
Yeah.
Of like their back and forth. It was just Bobby the Brain was amazing.
And when they
just
did
old.
the late
Yeah.
night show
They
gimmick,
just old. Y'all just naming old people.
no.
Shout out to Michael Cole.
the Iron Man.
My man's just been doing. Yeah, you're right. The Iron Man of commentary.
Oh no, he's great. He's
Michael
great.
Cole, Michael Cole for the football thing. Michael Cole is Emmett Smith. He's probably gonna have all the records, all the things. But like you actually lived in the era and watched him, he's not very good. He was fine. He was just good forever. He was
Yeah.
never great, but being
You
good.
need that solid
But being
worker.
good forever is also a fucking
Sure,
accomplishment.
right, right.
Yeah.
Who was
Company
that
man.
guy that was like only in WWE for a week and he was like Jeff Harvey? Remember that? That's my pick. Who's that guy? What was his name? Remember him? They picked him from like a sports or like a news channel, and he's like, "Oh, I'm
Is
here
it
with
the-
Jeff
the
Harvey."
Brazilian guy?
I don't know, man. That shit was that shit was fucking hilarious.
I gotta say, I do like Joe Tessitore's.
Oh, Tessitore.
As like right now, I'm not on my greatest of all time list. Don't even fucking.
Maybe
I'm not
one
pretending
day.
But I was like, I really appreciate them putting that voice. I think that's been a great change for them. You know, you can have other people in there like I also loved Mario Ranelli's voice. The way what he brought to commentating was awesome. But what do we got here?
The Spanish
Mike-
announce team.
Mike Adamle. That's who it fucking was. He's like Jeff Harvey.
That's incredible. That is
He
incredible.
was like the world champion too.
Yeah, for real. Well, guys, don't forget, please comment. Let us know your picks.
Send all right, hit us
Send
up
them
on
in.
IG, whatever. Let us know what your pick of top commentator.
Yeah, your
Actually, you know what?
favorite
I was one person I want to ask, and actually, it was Owen Roberts. Owen Roberts sent us
the GOAT.
the GOAT. Owen Roberts. He sent us a breakdown of his Spotify rap,
Okay.
and we were in his top, like right
Oh, that's
right
awesome.
behind like Joe Rogan Experience.
We
stuff
beat
like that.
Theo Vaughn and Joey Diaz, two of the funniest comedians in the world, out on
Wow.
his Spotify rap. So
Shout out to him.
Shout
And
out
round
to
of
you,
applause
bro.
for that
So,
Yeah,
Owen,
for tuning in.
Owen, if you're listening, which I know you are,
Yeah.
clearly.
send us me, and I want to know your answer,
Yeah, I
and,
wanna
and
hear
then
your
next week, or I'll put it up on the podcast. We'll put it on the
our
on the
video.
blog and everything else we
Yeah.
do. So let me know.
Yeah, send us a video even of you talking about it, and we'll put it in our weekly roundup video.
Right. Also, if you if we were in your rap, come boost our egos and
Yeah,
send
let
that
us
shit
know.
over. Like we want to
Please
see
let
that,
us know.
please.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I thought it was in the group chat.
Hmm?
Didn't you
Yeah,
have it?
yeah. So I'm saying, you said if anyone else.
Yeah, if
Oh,
any
let
other
us know.
if any other devout fans out there were
Yeah.
we were in your rap, please let us know.
Please let us know.
Send it to us.
Somebody's gonna send us like a song with the actual like rap, and it's gonna like say something completely
That would
not
be
what
so
you mean.
Or it's gonna be just
You'll be
poorly
like, oh
photoshopped.
yeah, I did a rap for you guys.
I'm down with that too. If you want to send
Yeah,
us a
that's
rap
super-
about our store,
In fact, we love all your raps.
Also, if
we'll
you
use
wanna-
it as the intro in our
We totally
podcast
will.
next week if you write us a song.
Or if you want to send Gunky a blunt rap, I know he'll take raps also.
I'll roll that up.
Yeah.
We like all sorts of raps.
I like a
Chicken Caesar rap.
chicken Caesar rap. That's pretty good.
Bro.
Chicken bacon
great
avocado wrap.
Oh,
A
damn.
chicken bake. All right. Next up, Wyatt Six. What's going on with these guys? Because
We almost got in a fist
Man.
fight in a tag team match earlier when we were introing the podcast.
I was gonna say because you guys got
I am
heated quick.
Super like disappointed.
As am I. I agree.
I know people are like, "Oh, let it cook," but the cook like it was all a year worth of QR codes and teasing. Like, bro, I was expecting them to come in and just
Go crazy.
clean house
Hear me
and
out.
go crazy, and we're still getting some like decent promos. Okay.
Hear me out. Just hear me out real quick.
All right.
Have you ever thought that potentially they knew that when they debuted, they were never going to get booed? And that having a face like supernatural character is never ideal, and that they've been slowly trying to turn these guys heel since they debuted? Because why else would they be in this program with Karrion Kross, who has notoriously turned every single person that he's gone against face, even if he loses the rivalry with them? I mean,
You mean
they,
heel.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He turns them heel no matter
Eventually,
what.
yeah.
So this guy's brother just died. They bring them in. They're not going to get booed. You know what I mean? Like, they could try to kill half the roster like they did in that first segment.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, it's not, no matter, they could hang Cody's dog like on a fucking, on
Pharaoh.
the Titantron. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't going to get booed.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And
they've been around for a little bit. It's kind of died down. They've been around. They've
But I
had
don't want
matches.
the boos to be, boo, I'm bored. This is stupid. This
No.
sucks.
Imagine this. They just
Like,
took like 2
Booby.
losses. They got their asses beat. They took an actual
Right,
loss in a
Karrion Kross
match.
just
1, 2,
pinned.
3.
Yeah.
Now imagine if he's just like snaps. He's already been on the verge. Like, he's already growing his beard out. He's looking like Braid. Now what if he's just like, you know what? We're just going to go crazy.
But like you said, when they started, they literally murdered people in the
But
back.
that'll make them more popular. They could become like the second most popular murderer right now. Shout out Luigi. We love you, baby.
I do believe that guy.
Waluigi.
I think that guy was in Full-Blooded Italians.
Yeah. No,
I think he was cool with Nunzio and Big Guido.
He might. I don't
Tony
think
Mama
he was,
Luke.
Tony Mama Luke.
he was like medium Guido. I think.
Yeah,
You know, it was like big or little. He was just like medium Guido. Luigi Primo over here. Shout out.
Yeah,
to
I just feel like it's just. I mean, people are like, oh, like you were saying, and then like once Alexa Bliss gets back, she's gonna be in there and like kind of
Maybe
reinvigorate it or something. But like I don't know. It's just like I just expected like monstrous dominance because they even took like solid mid card guys. You know what I mean? Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy. You know what I mean? And like put them into this because like
Those guys are still doing more than they ever have. So
right.
Yeah.
So you I expected that. I don't know. Just
they brought
more,
Eric Rowan back. All
just
this
a
stuff.
more dominant.
I see what you're saying, but I really do. I believe in the bottom of my heart that they're trying to turn these guys into like a foreboding, just like not what they are or what they debuted as. And I think they knew that was what it was going to be. Like for them to be actually scary, they can't be the good guys. They can't be taking out don't wrong my family. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's like true evil doesn't make sense, and it will never. And so now after like this Karrion Kross program, it's like it's still going on. He could still win. You know what I mean? They could still come out the victors of this. But that cancer that Karrion Kross instills in all of his rivals, that's gonna seep in there, and it's gonna turn the Wyatt Six into this sinister, fucking evil group that is gonna really wreak havoc. I believe, and I think that's how they're gonna. And then they're gonna be heels, and then you can throw some titles on them, and it's gonna be a crazy. You
I'm
know
all
what I mean?
for the long term storytelling, but there's that line where like it's too long and you lose interest, and like it's just. The moment kind of like surpassed, so it's like.
Let me give you a scenario where
I'm getting there.
Yeah. Like, let me give you a scenario where Uncle Howdy just dominantly beat Karrion Kross, and they didn't get jumped. Like, they haven't looked weak at all. Like, what does that really do for everybody? You know what I mean? It's like that would only. I think that more so would make everything way more boring, and I think people would be way less like if the same thing was happening like every week. It's just like they always get the upper hand. They're never getting their asses kicked. Like this is actually. It's
really important. It's really important
when
you have someone who comes into the supernaturals. They have to be beatable. We saw people loved the Fiend until they made the Fiend like. Literally like an unbeatable person, and it wasn't like this is weird. How do you beat him? You have to set him on fire. Like, what do you have to do?
You got to call the match off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like call the match off. He doesn't even get pinned. It's like okay.
Yeah, so they have to put these like these are regular people. So I think they're trying to set like what they're doing right now is they're setting their boundaries. Yeah. They're kind of like they gotta like set the parameters of what they're going on.
Yeah. Because
we do want to have some actual storylines with them in the future. I would love to have them a crazy dominating run, but like right now, the landscape doesn't allow for that. We're trying to push these new tag teams. Mm-hmm. We're trying to do the Bloodline versus Bloodline. We got Liv and we got Rhea. We have so many major storylines that there's not room for them. We need them to have a top thing on the card. Mm-hmm. So I think what we got to do is keep them relevant, keep them. You know, let's figure out what they're doing, who they are, get to know them a little bit more as wrestlers, and then hopefully there'll be a little spot. Because when they get that chance to be as a a headlining situation, that's when you're going to see can they truly run with it? Yeah. Can this actually be the thing that they hoped it to be?
I get it.
Because everything you plan everything to hopefully headline one day, but like not everything can headline one day.
And also, it's you go ahead.
I guess like Uncle Howdy taking the pit, like the Joe Gacy, like all those guys, they're the cannon fodder. You know what I mean? Like
you should have protected him a little bit more. I agree.
Right, he's the guy that does it. Like you know what I mean? Like Joe Gacy can take the pin. You know what I mean? Dexter Lumis, like Rowan, like those guys are there. But like this is the end all be all of the Wyatt Six. Like he should not be taking the pin unless there's going to be, like you were saying, like a total change in the character.
Right. Yeah. Which I could totally see happening, and I actually would like to happen because I think, like I said, like if you're gonna do this supernatural thing, it's like you kind of need it to be a total just evil presence, or else it's like for an adult male, like any of us sitting in the room, to be like, oh, it's a good ghost, or you know what I mean? It's a good, it's a good monster. It's like that's not a fucking thing. Like
right.
monsters are monsters, and they don't have a rhyme or reason or why they do their fucking evil doings. You know what I mean? Like maybe they do, but we don't understand it, and it's like. I think that would be perfect for the Wyatt Six. Just like turn them fully heel. Just have them go after Cody. Have them go after Jey Uso. Have them go after, you know what I mean? Just like fuck the whole. Oh, if you wrong your family, like no, like these guys are just like fuck it, like we're just taking over. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Just no rhyme or reason. Just go after the faces. Sammy, I could see Sammy and Bo putting on a crazy program. You know what I mean? Just like, and they also get like that's what was beautiful about the Undertaker was like. You didn't need to put a belt on that guy. If you needed the belt to go somewhere, you could always throw it on him.
Of course.
But you could always put him in a storyline or a situation where it's like that was the draw because it's like this supernatural element. It's like if you can establish like Bo Dallas as this guy that people can go and like Damian Priest. What is he going to do after? You know what I mean? Gunther.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what would be that? Like, that would be crazy. Like, what
maybe
if they turn
Maybe
heel?
he draws the ire of the Wyatt family.
Yeah,
Wyatt
they
Six.
turn heel, and now he has to deal with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that would be that's cool. Like,
People
that
are
would.
saying like the New Day is gonna have to deal with them at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
turning on Big E, like the family.
you see, like I do understand that
Because
whole,
they're actually playing the Wyatt Six like the Shield. They're
Yeah.
playing them like the Hounds of Justice here. Like if you do wrong, we're gonna come after you.
I-
You're like, but
Yeah.
that's not what you want them to be more
they're
like.
like the spooky shield.
Yeah, you want them to be
Yeah,
like more
spooky
erratic on
Yeah.
what they go
I
after.
guess the timing just needs to be before the luster is gone. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they get, like I said, like they came in, like
Because their momentum is waning.
Yeah,
Yes.
literally murdering. People were getting antsy with the QR codes and the teases when it was just like, yo, like towards the end it was like, yo, if something don't fucking happen now, like nobody really gives a fuck at
Yeah.
this point. Like you know what I mean? Like they dropped the ball, they fucked up. I just don't want that to happen, and I feel like it's like it might not be there yet, but like something
yeah.
has to, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Well, look, I mean, I love them. I hope that.
Well,
they
I know you love supernatural or big naturals. I'm sorry, you look big naturals.
Big
That was-
naturals.
I apologize.
I
get
hope that
confused.
they work something out with them because I think they're really cool. But I do agree it's getting a little.
Like I think Halloween passed and like nothing big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
I was like,
was
yo,
so
there's
loud.
never a time
That's
Fuck
the
that
layout.
really-
for the
confusing.
Wyatt Six to have something.
They dropped the ball.
I
moment?
swore
They definitely
there was something
Halloween.
going to be.
No, they definitely
Crazy.
dropped the ball at Halloween.
It's the witching hour. You know what I mean? There's so many
What was-
supernatural things.
I'm sorry. What was the October PLE? Do we remember?
Is that bad blood?
It was
Bad
Bad Blood.
Blood.
Yeah.
Blood.
Bladder
Blood.
blood.
Bladder
Bladder blood.
That would have been a great time to do something, but
Or just, like-
unfortunately they did not.
Can we put Bad Blood in like spring and then like put Halloween Havoc?
Well, it's NXT now.
Yeah, it's
NXT.
Bro,
is,
I'm so sick of NXT taking these
All the
gimmicks
old
from like what
ones.
the fuck, like how in your house,
Well-
Halloween Havoc, like Great American Bash.
If you don't like
come
what
on.
NXT's doing, you're gonna hate this next.
You're
episode.
gonna-
We're gonna talk NXT deadline. I know that Woody had a very strong take about the Iron Survivor match, so
Let's hear
please.
it.
Go ahead.
Shoot.
I do have a strong take on this, Roman. I think the Iron Survivor Challenge, which just happened this Saturday on Deadline, that just passed, might be the best gimmicked match there is. Hell in the Cell has been around forever, you know. We have an Iron Man match, that's cool. Royal Rumble, pretty awesome. This thing, you have to like be paying attention. You have so many different audibles of what can happen. It's so much fun. In case you don't know, it's a 25-minute match. It starts with 2 competitors, and then every 5 minutes someone else comes out. When you score a pin, you get a point.
Yeah.
If you are pinned, you are put into a penalty box for 90 seconds where you can't wrestle. So you don't have a chance to get a pin.
Is this one of those pay-per-views where it's like you usually don't want it, like Royal Rumble, you don't want to draw number 1 or 2, but like you want to
But
come
you
in this
want
early
number
'cause
1.
You have more time.
Yeah, they have it like basically it's like seeded, where like you want to be 1 and 2 because if you can get a quick pin,
Right.
like
yeah.
oh boom,
Before
you're
other
up
people are in
1-0.
there, you're already starting.
Or you want to be in last because then those guys beat the crap out of each other. Then you take the pin I mean, you
Try to
could
get the
kind
quick-
of
but you're
like
not- you're in
it's,
there
it's a
less
lot of
time.
strategy actually with
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like,
This and this is
Still
an
what
interesting
you're
thing
saying,
where
yeah.
okay, but then you only have 10 minutes.
yeah.
When you come in, you're last. You're only 10 minutes left, and you got to just go full bore.
But then those guys have been going for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's what just
100%.
happened. We had Obafemi
Right,
came in.
exactly.
He was the mystery person. Came in 5th.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Rocked everyone. Would have got way more pins if Ethan Page wasn't constantly pulling the ref out of the ring, which
Yeah,
was
that
a
Ethan
great
Page.
gimmick. But it goes to show, like in the last time we had Trick Williams, he got 4 pins in the last like 45 seconds to win it.
Yeah.
So
That was
two different
amazing,
people
that
were
spot.
tied at 3, and then and what's great is because like if you pin someone in the last minute and a half, like they're done.
Yeah.
They're in the penalty box.
They're
They
in the
can't
penalty
do
box the
anything.
rest of the time. Yeah.
So now you're down to 3 people. Now you're down to 2 people. You know, you had that really cool moment of what it opens, and I just think it's one of the more inventive gimmicks that they're doing out there, and I want to see more things like this because I never
And it's
once
new.
thought.
It's
Yeah, it's
relatively
fairly
new.
Yeah,
Like
I've only seen
3
it. What,
years.
they've done it. Yeah, a couple times.
Right?
Yeah,
And NXT is the first one to do it.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Woody, and especially coming off of me just saying NXT, stop taking these fucking pay-per-views from WWE.
Instead, do something
yeah,
original.
Deadline.
Right.
Now we have this gimmick match for Deadline every year. You know what I mean? It's
And that's
like,
what it is because you're up against the deadline of
Yeah.
getting your pins.
sick.
You
Just
gotta-
like No Way Out was Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean? It's like, and you don't give it the name.
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
It's not the Iron Survivor pay-per-view. No, it's Deadline. You have the Iron Survivor match.
Although
in there.
Iron Survivor would be a sick name for a pay-per-view.
Nah, not really.
It's okay.
I mean,
Oh,
it
okay.
was the Iron Survivor, and
Yeah.
Woody had a strong take, so he was. There's something there.
There's iron and strong, you know. I just think that like when WWE or WWF was at its best, it was creating.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I
no,
mean?
totally,
like
totally.
ladder matches and things
Hell in a
like
Cell.
that.
Being
Hell in a
innovative,
Cell, the Elimination Chamber in itself was. I guarantee you, when someone came up with the idea, like we're gonna build a steel, like a 40,000-pound steel structure, to make this
Punjabi
one
prison.
match.
That was awesome.
They can't all be winners.
That was so good. That's why they did it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And
The
they still
WLC.
do it to this day.
The
WLC.
WLC.
WLC's classic.
Just like there's an element of this where it's great that they can come up with this kind of stuff, and we're
Totally.
still getting new ideas in a wrestling's been around forever.
And,
Whenever someone comes up with something new, it's exciting. I want to fucking jump on that.
No, I
And it's
agree.
cool because like the women's kind of picture right now, they have all this like top talent, and it's like a cool way to like have them all involved because they all had 1 pin except for Julia who won. She had 2, but nobody
And Stephanie
nobody
Vaquero-
was like overly powering anybody.
Right, yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
you know, like,
Stephanie
I
Vaquero
still
was
don't
about
know
to
who-
get her second pin to tie it
Yeah.
right at the last minute,
Yeah.
but she was a few seconds away from doing it. And so it's once again you made them both look strong,
Right.
but you
Right.
made someone a number 1 contender.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a super good way to make everybody look good because everybody can get a pin.
Except for Ren Sinclair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had
what are
like
you
4
gonna do?
pins or something like that.
Yeah,
It was-
she
it
ate
was
like
rough.
most of the pins. Yeah.
But I mean, this is goes to show what NXT is doing when they're doing things like these new ideas, or they're doing crossovers with TNA. Like they're coming with great things, and that's how we get to see some amazing work from TNA wrestling. Jordan Grace still being involved, and we had people like the Rascalz come through, which you were lucky enough to actually like sit down and talk with Trey Miguel about this. Right?
Yeah, he was super chill, super cool. Like him, like getting into it, and it was so funny because we were like talking. She's like, "Yo, I always like wonder if there was a moment like, oh, I saw this match, and at that moment, like, I want to do that." And like his was John Cena, like freestyle battling
Well, let's not-
against the Big Show.
Don't spoil too much. We're actually going to play the interview for you here, but I think it's really awesome that like we're getting a chance to talk to these people now who are being influential in the stuff that we're watching on TV. And like you said, you got to be careful not to fangirl out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard
Yeah.
not to.
So now I'm like unofficial oos, hanging out with
Right,
Jacob.
yeah.
And now I'm part of the Rascalz. Look,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
everywhere.
there was a boatload of those fucking Rascals. Right? There
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
just like 3 of them. There's a
No,
shitload
there's a
of
bunch
them.
of them.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
Froggy, Alfalfa, Limey.
Like,
what
you
is
know,
it?
Heck will give you $1 tomorrow if you give him a pickle today or something like that. I don't know.
Is that what
There
they
was something about a
said?
pickle.
Okay.
Kids
Well,
love
yeah.
pickles.
Look, guys, like what he said, Heck was able to sit down with Trey Miguel this week and talk to him.
Check it out.
And we're going to give that a listen right now.
Gonna throw to that.
First of all, like I said, man,
huge fan, marked out. You know what I mean? I try not to be that guy, but like, especially like seeing you on NXT and all that too, and you guys getting back together, it was just like, oh shit, like it's crazy. So yeah, man, I guess like just hop into it. Like, I did watch the diary thing you did was like really cool seeing that like you growing up and you know what I mean, things that like inspired. What was like that moment when what were you watching when you were like, yo, like this is what I want to do?
Man, so I had that feeling and that thought. I don't really like remember the initial like this is it for me moment like the first
Yeah.
time, but I can tell you I was not a fan of the WCW invasion. So I stopped watching wrestling for that entire like period of time. And when I got back into it, I was in fourth grade, and I remember my best friend at the time, Arthur. He kept telling me about this guy that raps. Just John Cena. You got the shirt on right now, and he keeps telling me about this dude. And I'm like, Arthur, don't nobody care. And one day he's like, bro, just turn on SmackDown tonight, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, man. I'm gonna watch SmackDown tonight, and I watched it. And the first episode I had watched in years happened to be John Cena battle rapping the Big Show. And at the time, that's maybe like a year removed from 8 Mile being released in theaters. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the sweetest dude I've ever seen in my life. And from that moment on, I was like, that's what I want to be a wrestler again. I want to be as cool as this guy is. John Cena was the one for me.
John Cena
was
made
that
it
moment,
cool.
that battle rap.
He made it cool, right?
And then he kicked Big Show in the nuts and said, you can't see this, and got out.
Like, no, that's what I want to do. It was that moment, right? Literally like the meme
It was
that moment.
Yeah. Trey Miguel knew he fucking.
Yeah, like I love like the old school feel of like I hate when tag teams are like randomly put together. I just love that like unity of like actual tag teams, and then the way you guys just like work off of each other is just like no other. You know what I mean? It reminds you of like I know Motor City Machine Guns, even all the way back to the day like the Rockers. You know what I mean? The way like actual tag teams, certain moves and setting up for each other. How did the Rascalz end up being? Like, how did that actually like happen? You get together like that?
So I had met Zachary in 2015 at a few indie shows in Toledo, and surprisingly enough, we did not really like each other at first. We didn't talk to each other though. We didn't even meet each other. But here's what happened: we showed up for 3 shows in a row wearing the exact same outfit, completely unplanned, and it was one of those things like, bro, like what? Fuck's this guy doing? You know, like
get off my dick.
Yeah, get off my fucking dick, you meat rider. And, like stop, like you're like jocking everything I'm doing right now, bro. But you know what I mean? Like that's not what it was at all. We didn't even talk to each other. We weren't even, But one day we finally wrestled each other, and the match just went really well. And I remember even like trying to put this thing together with him, and I'm sitting there like, this guy's kind of an asshole. Like I did not like his attitude back then, dude. He was very like him and I did a lot of the same shit, and every time like I was like, well, I do this, and he's like, well, I do that too, and I'm like, I also don't give a fuck. But I'm telling you, like it was like as frictional as it could have been. It was not a good fucking experience. But by the end of it, we pulled everything off. Everything went well. We kept each other safe, and the fans, most importantly, really liked the match. So we get in the back. We're all hugging and shit now, and then we went to go. I remember we went to Red Robin afterward and got some food, and that was like the first time we actually like got to know each other. We watched the match back at the bar, and from that point, it was really just like, hey man, like we're gonna see each other every month. Like I look forward to this now. And then from there on, it kept building every time we saw each other. And what was funny was the weird like matching shit didn't stop. We still kept showing up to the same shows in the exact same outfits that we weren't planning. And I mean, like skinny jeans, Vans, and like the most like obscure cut up T-shirt you could have thought of. He would have it on too. I'm like, what, bro? There's no way. But I guess
there was somebody backstage like, yo, you know what Trey's wearing today?
Yeah. Guess what he's wearing? Put a girl on. But yeah, man. And then it was funny. And then I met Wesley or Desmond Xavier, and Des was the dick at first. None of us were nice to each other when we first met.
It seemed like none of y'all got along at first.
None of us fucking got along. And then I remember the first time Dez said anything to me, I wanted to like fucking punch him because he had Ricochet on his Snapchat and he goes, "Hey, say what's up to your dad." And I said, "What's up, Trevor?" And he put the phone. He goes, "Have you met him before?" I said, "No." He said, "Don't call him Trevor." And I'm just like, I'm about to fucking I don't know how we ever became the Rascals.
Right, seems like it, right?
It was a lot of turmoil.
I mean, your ring style is if no other word can sum it up, is innovative. Like that high speed, the things you do, the way how clean and safe it looks too. How do you come up with some of the things that you know what I mean that just pop into your mind? Because in
Man,
wrestling, you see certain things and it's like, how do you make it different? And you seem to kind of figure that out.
and that's honestly like I have this cardinal rule, and I really do stick to it. I don't want to steal anything. Now, granted, I know nothing belongs to anyone, but I don't want to take anyone's moves. When like there are things that I believe should be exclusive and should be special to a certain character or a certain personality, and I've never been a fan of. Oh well. When I came up, it was sort of one of those things. Like when I first started teaming with Dez and Zach, we all kind of did the same stuff. And the guy that we were training under, I was like the lowest on the totem pole. So he's like, "Look, kid, like you guys do all kind of do the same stuff, and you can't do the same stuff as them when we're all on the same shows. Like you're gonna have to figure out some new stuff." And it pissed me off so much because I've been wrestling longer than Dez, longer than Zach, longer than the other girl that was like rolling in the house that time. It's like, bro, I know I'm new here, but I have more experience than all of you, and I've been doing these things longer than you. But because you're in this house that we lived in, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
really had to like rack my brain on how do I make things different. And it just comes from seeing something that impresses me, something I'm like, oh, that was cool. And then I challenge myself. It's from there. I was like, okay, I want to do that, but I can't just do that. I have to do something with that or that's a little bit different. And I just make it a point to challenge myself. I remember like when I came with the power slide destroyer thing, that was because I saw someone duck a clothesline power sliding on their knees. And I wanted to see if I could do that and jump back up to my feet after ducking a clothesline. And I ended up doing that in a match with, I remember it was Madman Fulton. I did the knee slide, popped back onto my feet. And I was like, wow, I did that so easy that now, and I was going towards the rope when it happened. And I sort of had this idea in the moment, like, dude, I could have kind of just dove out of those ropes if I like kicked off hard enough. Then I got the idea to do a power slide dive. It's one of those things where like I'll see something that impresses me, but by no means do I give myself even a little bit of leeway to try to steal it without making it mine.
How often does that happen? Like you were just saying,
Not as often as it used to.
The knee slide where it's just like, damn, if I just would have, did the kip up into this, you know what I mean? Just like in that moment, like, damn, if I would have just tweaked this a little bit, I could have probably done this moment. Does that happen a lot while you're in there?
That's why I really only watch my matches. And that's not because I think there's a world of better wrestlers out there, but I'm not going to learn from you guys. The only thing I'm going to do is take something from you, and I don't want to take nothing from anyone. So I watch myself more than anything. But there's like the random, like my nieces and nephews want to watch a pay-per-view, I'll turn it on, and then I'll see something. I'm like, oh, that could have been done this way if maybe this was the dichotomy of their placement or situation or the storytelling plot, whatever. I'm really always looking for, if I see something, how do I make that mine exclusive? I really want my moves to be unique to me.
That's all. And I mean, they are so far. They have very few things I've seen you've done that I've seen anybody do, or they try to kind of mirror you, and it just doesn't have that crispness that when you do it, it just looks so clean and just natural.
I appreciate that a lot, bro. I really do. I put a lot of work into that.
It shows. So yeah, when you showed up on NXT, like I said earlier, like I definitely marked out a little bit. It's awesome seeing you up there. I know Wentz was there, Des was up there. He's still there. How was that to be involved with that TNA NXT kind of crossover stuff?
Man, I'll tell you, it was something that I didn't think was going to happen, if I'm being quite honest. It's one of those things where like the internet started doing what the internet does, and it starts fantasy booking and starts like, and you're tagged in everything, right? So every time someone posts one of these fake flyers or one of these fantasy bookings, I see it as way more than I respond to it. But it is one of those things where it's like, I wanted it, so I didn't want to like it sucked seeing it didn't suck. It felt really good to see how much the internet was riding for us to get a reunion. And then I remember Wes got jumped backstage, and then they had him team up with Tyler and Pete. And I think in that moment, I texted Zach, and I was like, "It's not going to happen, man. It's not happening. Like we thought it really felt like it was going to, but it's not going to, and it's pretty clear now." And then, lo and behold, a month later, we were in Philly when we found out. We were walking into the we were in the ECW arena. We were in the ECW arena when we found out that we were going to go. And I walked right to the back parking lot, and Zach and I went quiet for like 40 minutes before like we could like verbally describe that feeling. It's the best feeling I've ever felt next to being baptized, man, for real.
Yeah, that's great. Speaking of parking lots and West, he had to sneak you in there.
Dangerous, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is there something down the line you get a little payback on them? Yeah.
I don't know, man, but there's something about a parking lot in NXT TV that is just like, brother, don't do that. That's like the Everglades of it's like the Bermuda Triangle of pro wrestling. Dude, don't go there. Don't go there.
Lastly, just on a light note, you know what I mean? Like,
I thought it was super funny though. Did you see Wes had a? Hold on. Did you see Wes's thing where he did a promo in that parking lot like 2 weeks ago and said, "I wish someone would come from me." And I was like, I wish someone would too.
Thought you was about to pop out.
Yeah, it should have been me.
But yeah, I mean, I guess lastly on a night note, like Rascalz, like on a little funny note, you know what I mean? What rascal do you you associate yourself with the most?
Shit. Probably Alpha because I'm such an idiot for love.
Lover, not a fighter, right?
I'm just a fool for it, dude. I'm a fool for it. I be doing all that dumb little poetry writing, and I always just end up with me and my dog. So,
you and Bella.
Come here, Bella. You want to say hi? Come here, Bill.
Hey.
This is her second on-screen appearance in pro wrestling.
Oh man! Happy holidays, Bella. Thank you for your time, man. We'll get that out to you, bro. Keep crushing it. Keep doing your thing, man. If you like you said, when you're in Philly, stop by. If you're in Orlando, we got a shop in Orlando too. Actually, I know Wentz out there.
I just saw that in your guys' bio. So next time I'm in Orlando or Philly, I'm gonna check them out. You're in Philly though, right?
Yeah, I'm in Philly.
Okay, all right, but yeah, next time I'm out there, I'll make sure I get a hold of you beforehand and we can link up, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
all right.
Again, appreciate
Thank
you, man.
so much, bro. If you ever want to do this again, just let me know, man. We can work stuff out all the time.
Say no more, man. Appreciate your time. Have a great holiday.
Yes. You too, man. Peace. My dog.
And that's Trey Miguel, man. It shows you just how personable he really is.
Yeah, for real. I was gonna
say it didn't feel like he was sitting down for an interview. It felt like you were just like
busting it up.
Yeah, there's two dudes talking.
It was cool, like just like learning about like, cause like you see in there, like I always think it's cool when people can come up with something different. Cause how many cutters can you see?
Right,
like you know what I mean, and like how many pile drivers. So when somebody's able to do and like has that mindset like he does, where it's like, like I see this stuff, and I just want to figure out how I can make it mine and like take it to the next level. It's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. There's a lot of people that are like super media trained, and they're gonna be like, "This is the correct answer I have to give."
Yeah,
and there's some
totally.
people like Trey Miguel. He might be super media trained too as well, but at this point, he was just like, "No, I'm just sitting on the couch and just having a conversation with you, and you get to know the person himself."
Bella even made an appearance.
Yeah,
cute little pup.
Cute little pup.
People love dogs.
Yeah,
it's a thing. It's a hell of a gimmick he's got going for him. He's trying to
does he bite? Can I pet him?
Well, yeah, we're hopefully gonna get some more interviews like that added to this pod. So we'll see.
And once again, like I said, Heck just flexing his muscle here. On another
he's
thing
a Renaissance man.
Hector to flex.
A jack of all trades, a heck of all trades.
Harry Man Heck.
You already know. Well, look, guys, it is time for us to get out of here. We have recorded past our time as usual, but we have a couple quick hits that we have to talk about. Number one, We got a new show
Let's fucking go.
on the LFG. Let's fucking go.
LFG, let's fucking go.
On the A&E kind of docket of WWE shows.
Apparently, it's supposed to start in January.
Yeah, it's called Legends and Future Greats.
And it's like Booker T, Mickey James, Bubba Ray, who else? A couple of legends that are going to be involved.
And what are
I
they
think it's
doing?
supposed to be like tough enough.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make old people fight?
No.
What are we doing here?
No, they're going to be like the judges, for lack of a better word.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
So
mean? Or maybe the
Judges
mentors.
/ coaches.
Yeah,
mentors,
exactly. Yeah. So that's coming to
what do
A&E.
you thought they were all fighting for their spot back on the roster?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick.
There's
Paul
one
Heyman-
Legends contract.
Paul Heyman versus Mickey James. That's a barn burner. Are you kidding?
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Triple H should be involved.
We run Shawn Michaels and Undertaker back.
So I mean, it just goes to
If
show.
we
Like,
get Undertaker, I'm awesome. I'm all for it. If we get Mark Calloway, I'm out.
Yeah, you might be right.
it just really goes to show like how much like they got the ID program. They have this new show. Like, you know what I mean? They're just like
Brother expansive. I mean, it's expanding
we are
every day.
like
every
monopolizing
day.
wrestling.
Next time I'm gonna find out that one of you guys are on it. Like, are you doing this too? Heck, are you on this show?
Well, actually, we have a huge announcement. Gunky. No.
Donkey doesn't know yet, but we're
Jack Perry.
Yeah, Jack Perry. Well, yeah, I'm super excited for that. Hopefully that turns out great. Next up, New Day. Major heat on Raw.
I don't know. I don't understand the heat, guys. You got two guys out there speaking their truth, doing the right thing, pulling the Band-Aid
Turned
off.
on
It
their
hurts
brother.
when you pull the Band-Aid sometimes, but you still
It
got
does.
to do it.
It does.
Nobody had to. Right, they're and backstage. They're coming by. Like Xavier Woods kind of gets it because like Kofi's never been a heel,
Never.
and like, hey, what's up backstage, and everybody just.
I tell you what,
I ain't
though,
got no words for you, bro.
Xavier
Yeah.
had the best line ever.
Mm-hmm.
When Cody said something to him, and he was like, yeah, like this guy's talking from. I remember from high school.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had beef going back in high school where like Cody would like said some like heinous shit to him.
Yeah, that's
It's like real actual. There's this document. If you don't know it, but look it up. It's great. But that little bit of line right there was just like, if you know, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Great.
That's awesome.
But listen, they're like I said, they did addition by subtraction.
Right.
They're better off for it. And until you guys come around, I don't understand why we keep booing.
Right, they couldn't even
these-
come out and get a word. It was like Dom level nuclear heat.
Yeah,
where
it was
like
crazy.
they came out to like explain themselves and like couldn't and just Mike dropped and walked away.
No,
It's-
I applaud their strength and that they're speaking their truths, and that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
All I gotta say is, I'm loving it. Keep on fighting the good fight, boys.
The,
Not-
Wyatt,
not a
the
sponsor.
Wyatt family's gonna get them.
Yeah, see,
Not if they turn heel like I predict.
Sure,
Then they might join
sure.
forces.
Yeah,
I still don't see how the New Day's a heel. I don't understand what you guys are calling it.
He's like Kevin Owens. He's
Yeah.
like
Because I
What
actually
is
watch
it?
it
The
and I was telling
Karrion
the
Cross.
truth.
the carrying cross effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
and finally, before we get out of here, big shout out to DIY. Took those titles from Motor City Machine.
Now we're talking about someone that's turning heel.
I
This
mean,
is
they
good.
basically did.
Yeah.
It's like Johnny
Robo.
Wrestling. It was
Johnny Wrestling's the man.
we thought there was tension between him and
And Ciampa.
Ciampa, but
It was all
Apparently it was all a
play.
work.
It was all
All
a
a
work.
work.
We got worked.
it was all a work for the
You
last
turned this
2
into a
weeks.
work, brother.
And they stole him. They literally stole him.
I'm happy that I haven't seen anyone online being like, I can't believe they're burying Motor City machine guns. Like, I think it worked out perfect. They came in, they elevated the title.
Yeah.
We brought respect back to it. Now we put it on someone like DIY was champions. They did this,
Yeah.
right?
Well-
No one cared. Now all of a sudden we care because they took it off of
Those
the
guys.
machine guns, and you're
They
like,
did
yes.
it by
Like now it's
nefarious
good.
ways.
Yeah,
And the
like, now
machine
it's
guns
good.
are definitely going to get that back. Like, now we have a nice tag rivalry. Like, they actually have bad blood here.
Yes,
These guys
dude.
actually know
No,
each
that was
other.
in
They've been working
October.
with each other forever.
And I was gonna say, like, people like what he said. People were invested the last DIY run.
Yeah, nobody cared.
Like, maybe now with the rivalry and like opponents like the Motor City Machine Guns and like both of those guys' style of wrestling, like there could be some banger matches.
Oh, yeah.
come out of this.
100%.
All four of those
tag
dudes
classics,
can go.
I
Yeah.
might say.
They can go. Tag class.
It's like the indie scene, like on WWE all over.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's time for us to get out of here. We've recorded to the end of our time as usual.
Don't we have something coming up this month?
Sandman.
Sammy?
December 21st.
December 21st.
Oh yeah,
Beers,
true.
shirts,
Fucking Sandman.
holiday cheer, enjoy.
yeah. Holiday
through.
cheer.
Like
joy,
you go to the
beers.
conventions, you get in
shirts.
line, you get your autograph,
This
you get
is
the fuck out of the way.
Different.
No,
This
yeah.
is not that.
You're
No.
hanging out with Sandman.
There's a Q&A possibly.
Yeah, come through.
all types of fun
hang
stuff.
out with the
giveaway
man
bags.
himself. We got an awesome shirt dropping, so make sure you guys stop by for that.
The shirt's
Banger
It's so
shirt.
fire, the
that
shirt's so fire.
the company doing the shirt put the shirt in their like promo
Yeah,
like
yeah,
ad.
yeah.
I was just like on like Facebook and like it like came up and I'm like, wait, that's our shirt. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's
They're
cool. as
they're
fuck.
proud of the work.
They're
that
so
we
proud,
gave to
yeah,
them.
of
that they
That's
like
so
right. They wanted to highlight and
Like,
show
look
it
what
off.
we can do to people who aren't wrestling fans.
Well, yeah, make sure you stay tuned to our Instagram for more info on that. SVW.worldwide. Make sure you follow that Orlando store, like I said, SVW.Orlando. Make sure you hit us on YouTube. Watch this show. Watch Grappling with the Gilmans, Suplex and Chill, Mr. Vaughn's Theater, as well as our vlogs. We got vlogs coming out. Those have been awesome. And make sure you hit our website, suplexsvw.com. We just uploaded a huge amount of stuff. Belts, figures,
'Tis the season.
more shirts, all types of stuff that it's not just shirts anymore. We have all types of new stuff that we just added. So make sure you hit us on there.
Like,
And you know what?
when
Are we
Burley-
feeling that froggy? Like we just put it up on the site and you want to do 20% off?
God damn it, heck. I do all this fucking work to put things up on the site, and you just basically give it away.
Season's greetings.
Season's greetings, yeah, whatever.
You heard it here
You're about
first.
to get a season's beatings from
Yeah.
Woody.
Yeah, this is brand new information. So make sure you hit that.
Breaking
website.
news.
I guess there's a sale going on.
I guess there's a sale.
Fire sale. Oh my God, there's a fire! Oh, I'm burning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah. SuplexSVW.com is the website. Make sure you get on there and grab those things before they're gone for a
There's
great
some
price.
stuff that was like second floor stuff. If you know, you know.
Yeah, heaters,
that is now
heaters. Make sure you get on
up
there.
for grabs.
Make sure you get on there.
Perfect holiday gifts for all.
I know people
holiday
people would
cheer.
ask all the time, like, "Oh, how much is this or how much is that?" I'm like, "It's not for sale. It's not." You know what?
Now it is.
Fuck it, it is for sale.
Yeah.
Are you putting that stuff on sale too?
Yep.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, heck. Is nothing sacred?
Nothing.
Everything must go. No.
So yeah, make sure you tap in.
Wacky
Before-
Woody.
Before we get out of here, guys, is there anything else, you gentlemen?
I know we don't
Shout
want to
out
have.
Luigi. Shout out.
I don't want to make anybody
Dave
feel like a
Luntz.
scapegoat, but Gunky, take that mask off.
No, he's we gunky. We're talking. This is a masked
Yeah,
masked
yeah,
guy.
I'm
That's
masked,
Gunky
man.
to us, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, Jungle Boy over there is.
All right. Well, with that,
Gunkle Boy.
gentlemen, let's get out of here.
Ow,
Yeah.
I can't even take it off.
It's Gunky Boy.
Man.
Oh my God,
Jack
It's Jack
Perry.
Jack
Perry.
Perry.
The Jungle Boy Jack
You know, yeah,
Perry.
he
He's gonna use real glass.
he got the
Cry
hint.
me a river.
He got the hint that this was actually from when he was at McDonald's. Someone
More
dropped the
people are
line
gonna
that it
watch
was
this than
actually Gunky.
AEW. No.